My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Uncharted 4 has been leaked, my brother! Or has it? Before I start this video, it's good to know that one of my subscribers, my white brother, Cameron Nelson, he sent me the link to this article. So, first off, you have to know this is not confirmed. Naughty Dog did not say, yes, this is 100% true. This is all just a rumor. But that don't mean that a brother can't talk about it. Right. So, let's start off the video, shall we? Now, before we start talking about Uncharted 4 like it's already confirmed, I mean, the right thing to do would be to go back in time. So let's go back in time, my brothers and sisters. Let's go back in time. Here we are, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. This game came out in 2007, if a brother is correct, and this game came out around the time to where the PS3 was struggling. It didn't really have a lot of great exclusive games to play, and you know, that's when the joke of that the PS3 is just a Blu-ray player, that's when this game came out. So this game was slept on, you know, it was a new IP, people didn't know what to expect, but Uncharted Drake's Fortune was a great game. No spoilers. No spoilers, because just in case you have a PS3 and you haven't gotten into the Uncharted franchise yet, but you do plan on getting it, I don't want to spoil nothing for you, but if you do have a PS3 and you've yet to play the Uncharted franchise, slap yourself. But saying that, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, the story was just based on the voyage of Sir Francis Drake, and you're trying to find the lost treasure of El Dorado. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, great game, okay? Here we have Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. This is the game that put Uncharted on the map. You know, this is when people started to pay attention to Uncharted. This game won Game of the Year, had an amazing single player, and this is when Naughty Dog introduced multiplayer to Uncharted. Uncharted Drake's Fortune did not have multiplayer. They introduced it in Uncharted 2, which worked out really well. Okay, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves won Game of the Year. This is arguably the best Uncharted game out of the three. Okay, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, the story is based on the lost fleet of Marco Polo. Okay, let's move on to Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, which came out in 2011, if I am correct. This game, you know, it had a lot of hype around it because Uncharted 2 was so good, okay? The story in Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception is based on Atlantis of the Sands, okay? And, you know, some people say that Uncharted 3's story was bad, or some people say that it was good. It's debatable between which of the Uncharted stories did you enjoy the most, but Uncharted 3's story was great. They made the multiplayer more casual to play though, but Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception was still a great game, okay? So, we have the lost treasure of El Dorado, the lost fleet of Marco Polo, Atlantis of the Sands. Now again, this is just a rumor, it's not confirmed. I don't want you guys going to Naughty Dog and sending them messages being like, yes, this black brother is saying this is what your next Uncharted game is going to. No, okay? I'm simply, reporting the news to you, okay? This is not confirmed. But, supposedly, this is what the next Uncharted might be called. So you have Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, and now supposedly Uncharted 4 Eye of Atlantis. Sounds legit. I mean, it really sounds like, honestly, if you was to think about the next name for a possible Uncharted game, Uncharted 4 Eye of Atlantis doesn't sound that too far-fetched, does it? It really literally sounds like a legit name for a next Uncharted game. Uncharted 4 Eye of Atlantis. Now, my brother did have to do some research. Yes, my brother had to do some research. I had to take it back to my world history class, okay? I still remember it like it was yesterday. Here I am, a black brother trying to make it in America. 11th grade, my junior year in high school. I walk inside, first day, world history teacher name, Mr. Mark. Couldn't stand that dude the first week, okay? Walk inside my classroom, world history, and you know, because you know I'm trying to learn as much as I possibly can while in high school. What do? I sit front row seat. You know, a lot of people, they walk inside of their class the first day and they sit to the back, you know, just to, you know, scope out, right, to, you know, scope out the classroom and the people. No, I sit front row seat because our brother's trying to get that knowledge and that world history. Am I preaching? I do believe I am. So I sit front row seat. I remember this jump like it was yesterday. I sit front row seat, and so finally the class fills up. All of the, some people skip that. Some people skip that class that day, but all the people come in, the bell rings, ding, 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 ding. Class is now in session. Mr. Mark shuts the door, and he just starts to scan the classroom. He's like, look at these peasants. I have to teach these suckers the knowledge that I worked so hard for. And he's just scanning the classroom, and then his eyes just stop on me, and he's like, you go to the back of the classroom. And I'm like, what am I, the male version of Rosa Parks? like, why is he sending a black man that just wants to make it in America to the back of the classroom? Okay, honestly, I thought he had something against black people. But what he was doing was, he made every person that sat in the front of the classroom the first day, he made them sit to the back, and everyone that sat in the back, he told them to move to the front. So at first I'm like, yo, like, what is this, Rosa Parks Part 2? But no, he wanted everyone that sat in the back to sit to the front, and everyone that sat in the front sat to the back. But after a while, Mr. Mark was cool. He was a cool world history teacher. Shout out to Mr. Mark if you watching, my brother. Now, they always say that video games are a waste of time. Video games can't teach you nothing about the real world. Well, I'm about to prove y'all suckers wrong right now. Uncharted 4, Eye of Atlantis. Now, I really had to do some research on so-called Atlantis. Now, just in case you don't know, Atlantis is a legendary island that was said to exist, and it was mentioned in Plato's dialogue. Now, Plato was a Greek philosopher back during the times before I was even a thought in my mom and dad's brain, but he was a Greek philosopher, and he mentioned this so-called place named Atlantis that was said to exist in the middle part of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, of course, there's no scientific evidence of Atlantis really existing, but it was said to be a legendary island that existed in the middle part of the Atlantic Ocean, okay? And you know, Uncharted 4, Eye of Atlantis, just the name alone tells you that there's going to be a lot of water involved. like what I get from it, Uncharted 4, Eye of Atlantis. Let's just say if this ends up being the next Uncharted game, Uncharted 4, Eye of Atlantis, okay? According to Greek philosopher Plato, who says that video games can't teach you nothing, okay? Shut up, I'm playing video games for the rest of a black brother's lifetime, okay? Anyways, Uncharted 4, Eye of Atlantis, you know, I'm guessing this is, let's just say this ends up being true. I'm guessing the story is going to be like this. Nathan Drake, Sully, Elena, Chloe, with her beautiful animated behind, the crew gets back together, and they're sailing on this ship, and they sail into the Atlantic Ocean, and for whatever reason, Drake, he's trying to look for this legendary island named Atlantis, and he arrives, he finds this I just spit everywhere, this legendary island named Atlantis. And he gets there, and we all know how the Uncharted games are. You know, he finally finds what he's looking for, and once he gets there, he finds that something supernatural is going on, and there's some curse. So he gets on this legendary island named Atlantis, and he gets there, and he finds some supernatural thing is going on. Something is wrong with this island, and then they have to escape the island. I'm just saying, if Uncharted 4 Eye of Atlantis ends up being true, I'm thinking that's how the story would, like, be. You know, I also did
a video called Uncharted 4 on the PlayStation 4. I'll leave it in the description box. But pretty much that video was about I was given suggestions on what could possibly be the next plot or the next storyline for the next Uncharted. And I think one of the myths that I mentioned was the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, if my memory serves me correctly, it's located in the undefined region of the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, and the Bermuda Triangle, also called the Devil's Triangle. It was said that all the aircrafts and ships that would, go in that area, they were said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. No one knows why, but everything that travels in that area, you ain't coming back. So I was saying that if the next Uncharted does come out and Naughty Dog says, yes, we are doing another Uncharted game, which I think they will, the Bermuda Triangle, it could be a possibly great plot for the story. Nathan, Drake, Sully, and Elena and the crew, they, sail into the area of the Bermuda Triangle and something supernatural happens, So, I don't know, it's just a ton, like, with world history, which Uncharted is, based on a lot, you can just have, there's so many possibilities, oh my! There are so many possibilities. There's so many possibilities of what you could do with the story of Uncharted, because it's always based around history, But you just leave your thoughts and comments. Uncharted 4, Eye of Atlantis. Sounds legit. You can do some research on Atlantis, if you will. Class is now over. You can leave and go to your next class because they say that games can't teach you nothing about world history. Anyways, Uncharted 4, Eye of Atlantis.